Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So welcome to all of you to this sixth day of gathering for our for as a preparation for our meeting in February next month. Sorry, I was like distracted, but I was putting the letters in order because they were all disorganized. So talk today about um, the groups and the letters, which is all Atlantean symbology. So I will ask for all of you to pay a lot of attention. For sure, there are new people in these gatherings. So some of you were wondering why I don't do one Spanish, one English, which would be better for you, but it's not for me. So as an advice, I will say that it's better if you take the moment while I in another language to take notes of the things. Okay. Also, it's very good this because it helps us to pay much more attention to the things that we do, and also it helps us to use both sides of the brain, so we improve our way of thinking. So this is mostly for the groups fire and earth. So sorry, fire and water. So pay a lot of attention, those who are from those groups. Okay. So we are 45 groups, 45 groups in this gathering that represents letters. 36 are consonants and 9 are vowels. But here we are not going to do any difference between the consonants and the vowels. We are all going to do the same, the 45 groups. We are 45 groups that will have one coordinator and 32 assistants, 32 people in the group. So this 32 times 45 groups is the number 1,440, which is the number that we are looking for. This is easy, I guess. We have 45 groups, one coordinator that is the core of the group, and then we have 32 nodes. So the people in these groups will be representing the dodeca and icosahedron nodes, which is 12 plus 20. So I guess this is easy to understand. So that way you are 33. So remember that these 45 coordinators, the 45 coordinators will be in Egypt and will be with you, helping you with anything you need those 4 days of event, the 19th, 20, 21, and 22. Those 4 days, these people will be there for you. So these 32 must refer to your own coordinator for anything you need. So it's important for all of you to pay attention to the coordinators because they will be in the same hotel as you. They will be telling you what to do, what not to do. So you have to follow what they do, what they tell you, because we have told them what you are supposed to do. Okay, so so you have to pay attention to what they say to you to do. If they tell you at certain time you have to be for the bus, so you have to be there, that person will be with you all the time. Okay. So remember also that you have from now a WhatsApp group for each one of the 45. So once you are part of it, you are in this group of WhatsApp of 33 people that the coordinator will organize and give you all the information and tell you how to prepare for the event. So you have to pay attention if you are not in that WhatsApp group and you already paid for Fire, so you have to ask the foundation. And if you are willing to roll in for the group Fire, so we will put you in one of those WhatsApp groups so you can prepare yourself with them. Um, so I am not part of this 45. I don't have any group. Okay, so people has been asking to ask if I am one of the 45, but I am not. Okay, so your time you want to be with me, I am not part of that. The 45 people are people that we have trust in them. So they will help us to prepare you to for the activations. So another thing is that you will be your coordinator doing activities for 2 hours every day. So you will be 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. So 8 hours total, plus the other 2 hours that you will be inside the pyramid. Okay, so be aware that those hours are the only ones that you will do the task, the job that we are asking you to do. So I will ask for all of you to leave your ego needs aside, thinking, I don't like this person of the group, or I want someone else, I wanted to share this gathering with my family, or whatever. No, this is like that. Okay, so I will ask you to be neutral for those hours because we are getting ready and prepared for something huge, something important. Okay, so it's not about who I like the most, it's about me being on service. Okay, I will be with the 45 inside the pyramid. I will be receiving you inside the pyramid. I will do everything inside the pyramid. So we will work together. The 40 group, we will work together inside the pyramid. I will tell you when each one of your groups are gonna come in. It's important for you to know that these 45 people will be you for that work inside the pyramid with me. Okay. Remember that we have spoken about the nodes of the planet in our video. So once you are um, once you are rolled in the event, once you are part of it, you are already confirmed, and you and someone had added you to the WhatsApp group that you will be in, is the coordinator that will tell you which node are you going to represent. Okay, it's in that only moment when someone can tell you which node you will represent. The choice of the node is not related to my will, which means it's not that I can choose who is which node. Okay, it's about um, luck. So um, so is the coordinator that will tell you which node you will represent. So it's not that you can choose it. It's not that I like this one the most, I don't like this one. No, you cannot pick the node. It will be given to you. So very neutrally, you accept it and become that node as you get ready for it. So how is this going to work? So what is this? We have to have in mind that the coordinator is the core of the group. So you will be all working with this coordinator, hmm, uh, in the center. So it will be like a fractal, okay? It will be like a fractal of um, of the Earth. So one of you will represent specifically a node, and all of you will be uh, um, this fractal of Earth. So there will be 45 fractals of Earth. So we will have 45 groups, but groups will be working 3 by 3. So we will have one group, other, and other working together. Hmm? Hmm? So these three will be 32, 32, and 32, plus the three in the center. So it's 96 nodes plus three cores, which are the coordinators. So in total, 96 nodes plus the three cores will be 99. So 99 people per hour will be entering the pyramid with me. Three groups. Okay. So will be in the 4 nights. The 4 nights will be 5 groups every night. So 99 1 hour, 99 another hour, 99 another hour, 99 another hour, 99 another hour. And for 3 nights will be 15 groups. So five every night. Hmm? 5 groups every night. So this is how 99 people, 3 groups together, will go to make the task inside the pyramid. All the group fire and water together will be the 1,440 people that in 40 groups, 32 each one, will represent the fractals of the nodes of Earth. So you will be representing all the nodes of the planet in a different way. What is that way? That every one of the 45 coordinators that represents the core, they won't represent a node of the planet, they will represent a letter, a code in the Atlantean alphabet. Hmm? So that code will give the essence, the idea of what the nodes must activate. I will explain that. We can interpret this as follows. So a very simple drawing, which is a flower, a simple flower. Do you remember about the flowers that we spoke about in the path of the I am, how the flowers worked? A flower is the sexual organ of a plant. Hmm? So let's remember this. Like we have this flower, and so the flower is the sexual organ. So we could compare that the nectar that is produced, the secretion that is produced there is like the semen of the plant that attracts uh, insects, birds. So they come to the flower and then they take the spermatozoids, which is the pollen. So they take the pollen to other plants so they can pollinize and grow new plants. Okay, so that is how it works. The insects and the birds are how do they get to the pollen? How do they find that that's the right flower to go. They can detect because of the petals. The petals are not just these colors that we see, white, pink, or yellow, whatever, that are beautiful. For the insects, it's not colors, it's like fluorescent, it's ultraviolet light. So they can see like cities. They don't see beautiful flowers. They see like Las Vegas, okay, in a plant. So it's so shiny, so bright with light in colors that we cannot see, that we cannot perceive, that are the petals that call an insect to come to take the pollen. Okay, um, so that's how it is. So the flower can assure its pollination, so the birds and the insects takes the pollen all over and expand the flowers, the plants. Okay, I hope you can follow the idea of this. Hmm? So now imagine that our groups will be like, we have one nucleus, one core, and 32 petals. So each one of the nodes of the planet are like these petals that must shine in order to attract these other beings that will expand the nectar, the pollen towards the magnetical field, towards the consciousness, the network. Hmm? So imagine that if the petals are the nodes, the center of the plant, the center of the flower, the core, is the one that has the code, and the petals are the ones trying to call the attention to everyone, showing, letting everyone know what is the information that is inside the flower. So that's why we have different informations like a rose, a daisy. Okay, they're different, but they have um, they have to let everyone know that they are different and that they have a specific information inside. So that's why the flowers take different colors to show how important it is what they have within, what they have inside, something that they have to share. This example shows how we, when we work with this, what we need to do is to call the attention of other beings in other levels of consciousness, telling, hey, I have this information inside. I have this that it needs to expand throughout the consciousness of the world, the network of this planet, but I have to call the attention. I have to call their attention by shining, by being bright, like being the most beautiful thing, so they can see me, so I can shine like a light. Okay, so that's the way in which we have to represent the nodes. Like these petals are showing to everyone in other dimensions, I have an information that is worth to be spread along the world. So this is what we have um, to have in mind when we do this. Um, that we have to think that beings of dimensions are like these bees, like these hummingbirds that are willing to come to us. We need to show them that what we have is worth to be spread along the entire network. So we have to be like those petals, shine, representing this beauty, telling them this is what I have to give to the whole world. So that's why all the notes must be like these petals that shine in order to show the code that is inside. So what we have here is the petal of Egypt, the petal of Laponia, of Lapland, the petal of Baikal, the petal of Hawaii. Each one of us will be a petal in the flower. Hmm? So what is the pyramid? the pyramid is the amplifier of the sense of these flowers. Hmm? So this is why when we work in the 33, it's not just that the coordinator will do some activities to entertain you and to prepare you for an activation, but these coordinators are also the essence. They will represent the code of essence that must be given. So that's why each one of the nodes represent the petals must call the attention to the beings in other dimensions, saying this information must be in all the nodes, in the physical nodes of the planet. So you have to bright in order to call the attention. Um, so once we do this, what we are, um, in order to shine, how are we going to shine? With the Merkabah, the thing that we just explained yesterday. The Merkabah is the tool that helps us to shine, to be the perfect petal to call the attention. So what we have to do is to shine what we love, our wisdom, our will, what we round, our energy, to expand our energy and to enjoy the matter that we have. So it's by these three things that we make the Merkabah ignite so we can shine as a petal of this flower. And what we are going to do with this is creating the flower of life. It's basically expanding the network with the shape of the flower of life along the whole planet. Hmm? What, um, in the same way as a daisy or a rose are different because they have different codes. So what we are going to use for those codes are and letters that each one of them represent a specific information that we need to spread around the world. Okay, so you get why are we going to do this configuration? Let's see which are the essence, the pollen, um, the nectar of each one of the flowers of this tree of life. Hmm? First of all, let's make a frame so we can understand this. So this is the frame of the letters. We have 9 vowels and 36 consonants. Okay, so we have 9 vowels and 36 consonants. The 36 consonants are divided in groups of 4. So each vowel has a group of 4 consonants. A, which is A. A has letters ma, na, ma, nya. The A has the consonants ya, ya, la, la. Okay, so, and that goes on and on. So remember this. In Atlantean philosophy, the letters are not simple letters to write or to speak or create words. The letters are a bit much more as a tool, a technology to open time and space. Because if we think about it, the word, speaking, the language is like a technology of vibration opens things. So each that creates reality, sound. So That's why each one of the letters was considered a key to creation. Hmm? A key to creation. So this is why these keys are like sacred. They are creators, the keys of creation, because each one of the sounds represents something specific to manifest through the word. So there is a logic in this alphabet. It's not random. It has a logic and a history in it. The logics of this is that in Atlantean language, in this order, like this, they they tell a story regarding the creation. And inside this story, they knew how to divide the parts of the divine being. So pay attention because we will go a little bit throughout the story. Remember that each one of these letters are the codes that are in the center of a flower from which you are the petals. Okay? So the story says the spirit opened a door to deliver itself so it can receive back an intention. So it takes that intention to change its consciousness regarding every dimension so it can go up and down in different levels to feel the love and express it. In that way, it finds the truth of the universe. From the origin, it expands a spiral that manifests the dreams. From there, it finds its axis in the heart, able to weave the history, igniting the divine spark in a flow of life that ends up in constant transmutation. So it recognizes itself with everything was able to create and can enjoy what it has already created in matter, which gives it the will, the action, in order to nourish itself in this reality. This is how it becomes a creator itself through the mind to give power to the energy that takes him or it to the action. Its action gives to it the fruit that takes towards all the path possible, where it has to face all difficulties that takes into illusion, even in those biggest crises. Holds itself into the ancestors, its own path and history, coming from the heavens to know the essence into something new called the family, so it could live different realities on earth. So in this reality of earth, it starts to learn how to fly again by designing its own life, acknowledging its own tools, connecting a bridge to the spirit from the deepest heart of this world. So this story actually tells how the higher being, the divine being, started to create a path towards creation in every dimension, through every law, everything in evolution until it is able to manifest realities in the deepest part of this planet. And the story can be told backwards too, when a being that is in the darkest part of reality starts to come back to unite all the things that it was before, so it can hide its higher consciousness till it reaches the doors towards the Holy Spirit again. So we have three stages in this process: the consciousness of the spirit, which is the higher mind mentality. Then we have the three steps of the emotional, which is the soul path. And then we have the other part, which is the physical, the body. Hmm? Ma, na, ma, nya, ya, la, la, ga, wa, xa, ra, a, e, ha, fa, vo, v, ba, pa, po, ra, c, z, i, ü, o, u, sa, zo, sh, ch, th, v, ta, h, ka, ko, ko. So this is the reason why in your groups, fire and water all together, has letters or are groups that are only mental, only the emotional, and only the physical. The reason is basically because of the story. Story divides this level like this into these groups that are telling the story of the spirit, the story of the soul, and the story of the body. Okay, so the names of these sounds of this letter will represent the group that you are in. Another important thing to have in mind. So we have the it, everyone is a being, and in order to be a being, to exist, you need three things. You need a spirit, a soul, and a body. That is what makes you be a being. Hmm? So all this being that we are putting together has a mental level, an emotional level, and a physical level. The three together creates what we call a being. Okay, so how are we going to create a being from this? Well, you put the first letter of the mental, the first letter of the emotional, and the first letter of the physical together. So for you to know, Mahas is the first name of the Atlantean divinity. Then we have Na, Fis, Na, Fosh, Nyalch. So you have in Spotify, you have the stories of, the songs of these mantras. The mantras actually are the names of the divine, of the beings that are part of the creation, the 12 beings that holds the reality. Okay, according uh, to the Atlantean philosophy. So you look into the called Amma, so with two M's, so you will find it. Okay, all the names as a song. So do you understand from where the divine names come from? Because everyone needs a spirit, a soul, and a body to create a being. A mental level, an emotional level, a physical level. Mahas. So as you see here, you have these trinities is the way in which we will be inside the pyramid. Okay, so we have 32 plus the coordinator, 32 plus the coordinator in H, 32 plus the coordinator in the S. So mass total 99 people. So the first group in getting inside the pyramid will be the group mass. This 99 that will represent a being. We could say that if we related this with flowers, so each one of the groups is a flower, so we can say that this will be like a flower composition, um, of three different flowers, for Bach flowers, for example, that we will put together, and the three of them will represent a specific code. Okay, so we will describe what are each one of the codes. So how are we going to work with this? M means portal. H is history, time, life. S is the space, the path. For the 32 people that are related to the one person representing the letter M, you will create the flower saying that you are that thing that the letter is, that thing that the letter is, of your place. So, for example, for letter M, meaning portal, you will be saying in the pyramid, I am the portal of, and your node, I am the portal of Egypt, I am the portal of Sumatra, I am the portal of Baikal. What is the group of H, life, history saying? They will be saying, I am the life or history of Baikal. I am the life of Sumatra. I am the life of history or history of Egypt, and so on. And here is the path, the space. So the people in the letter S will say, I am the path of Egypt. I am the path of Sumatra. I am the path of Baikal. Yeah, you get it? So I am just talking here about the task of water and earth, water and fire together. The other groups I will explain in another moment. Okay? I hope you get it, so we can explain each one of the letters. Hmm? The vowels, the same. They will do the same with their groups. So the vowels will exactly the same. They will enter like this in these groups. So you will have mental, emotional, physical, mental, emotional, physical, mental, emotional, physical. Okay? So let's explain through the codes, because you will see the codes of the Atlantean letters. Okay? So you can get familiarized with the alphabet. So be aware that this is not a letter. This is a sound. Okay, so it's not called like letter M, letter T. No, it's a sound. Okay, so I will say just the sound. So pay attention. Ma, 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 ma means the portal, the door, the gate. Letter na is delivering something or yourself. Na. Letter ma. Ma. It means to receive, the reception. Hmm? Intencional, intención, ña. Letter ña, ña means intention. Letter ya, ya. It means dimensions. Letter ya, ya, ya means to position yourself into another level. It means ascension. Ya. La, la means to speak, verb, to talk, to say. Letter law, law, to nourish with love is love itself, law. Ga, ga, ga. Ga means the universal vision, the universe itself. Ga, ga. Letter wa, wa, wa means origin. So I'm not saying this for you to learn all of them. I'm just saying this for you to learn a group. Okay? Whatever it's your group, just take note about that. X, x, x. Letter x, x means kundalini, activation. Raw, raw. Letter raw, raw is the letter of the dream. Raw. Ha is the letter of life and history. Ha, ha. This letter, fa, like blowing. Fa is the beat, the heartbeat, or the divine spark. Fa. This is the letter fa, fa. It means to flow. This letter is va, va. Va means transmutation. It can also mean die, death, but actually we will call it transmutation. Va. This letter, v, is like blowing, but vibrates v. V means legacy, legacy. Letter ba, like the bee, ba. It means home or the goods. This letter, pa, pa, is the wheel. This one here is ba, 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 and it means food. It could be any spiritual food, physical food. Remember that this is Atlantean language. The letter ra, ra means thought, thinking. Ra, ra, ra. Ra, ra. This letter is ra, ra, and means protection or mainly strength, strength. Ts, ts. This letter means energy. Ts, ts, ts. Z, z. This letter means action. Z, action. This is the letter S and means path. Path. Sa, sa, sa. Saw, saw, saw. This letter means challenge. Challenge. And it also means integration because it's the one that integrates your challenges in life. So saw, saw, challenge. Letter sh, sh means to mutate, to evolve. This is evolution. Sh. The letter cho, cho is the void. It's a great void that impulses to crisis. Cho, cho. Tha. The letter tha, tha, tha means heaven, or also the invisible part of something. Tha. Dhu. Dhu. This letter is essence. Dhu. Dhu. The essence. Da. 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 Letter da is unity, is family. The letter ta, ta, not t, is ta, ta, means reality, the law, is the body, the physical body. Ta. Ha, ha, ha. The letter ha, ha, means to design, to make. Ka. Letter ka means tool. Ka. Ka. This one is difficult. Well, all of them. This letter, ka, ka, means channel or connection. Ka. Ho, ho, ho. The letter ho is the last consonant. Ho means deep. Let's begin with vowels. A is the beginning of all things, is the spirit. A. Letter R, R, R. It means consciousness. Letter A means truth. Letter E means axis. The letter Y means recognizement. Y. The letter U represents the creation, represents the generator. U. Letter O means fruit or seed. O. Letter U means ancestors, to move forward. And the letter Wu, that means the child's, the newborns, or the learning, what you learn. wall. So as you have noticed, each one of these letters is inside a Merkabah. Inside a Merkabah, a cube, the hexahedron, everything that we spoke yesterday. We have to activate our Merkabah and become the node that we are. And the one in the center, the coordinator, must become the letter. So every time the coordinator must say, I am the letter M, the letter Ma. So I am the portal. So we all are the portal of each one of the nodes. Okay? That's how it will be. So we have now all the letters. I hope you now could get the idea of why do we have mental, emotional, and physical groups. ¿Por qué hay 45 grupos? Why do we have 45 groups? So I hope that you understood now why do we need 32 related to a coordinator with one letter. So that's our task with all this, is to become the flowers of life. Become the flowers of life. So I will share with the coordinators the tiny sentence that I am blah blah of this portal. I will share with all of you that, so the coordinators can share it with you in the WhatsApp groups. Okay. So remember, this is not for you to memorize all the letters, the 45. No, what you have to do is basically to acknowledge your own letter, to know how it is, to know maybe to pronounce it, and to be aware that you will be representing that code. That would be. Let's remember that this is related to the Atlantean alphabet from 12,000 years ago. So this is regarding the groups and the letters. So you have this explanation. And in a few days, I will explain which groups will get inside at what times, which days, and all of that. Okay. So for the last thing, if you want to interiorize the concepts of the names, the 12 names of the divine that we just mentioned here, you can look into YouTube or in any platform for music. The name is Amma with 2 M's, and it's called the 12 names. Okay, so there you can familiarize and feel these 12 names. So thank you all for being here, and always see you tomorrow at the same time. And also, I remind you that Egypt allowed us to open more people to get inside the event. So remember that if you still want to be part of the fire group, you can do that right to the foundation and start the process. Okay, and please, I will ask for you to help us to spread the message, share with everyone that maybe you know that they would love to go, but they don't know this. Okay, so please help us do this properly. Okay. So thank you everybody, and see you tomorrow at the same time.